Right, well, name's Dave Clark. Been working for Radcliffe Racing this year, took me on board for this year. Here we've got the 1000-yard BMW, big super stock spec, straight out of the crate. Slight modifications to the front forks, rear shock. Basically after that it's just preparation, lock wiring everywhere.
Right then Dave, just tell us about what does Jamie see when he's riding?
Basically what he's looking at is the RPM counter. He's seeing his gear indication here on this one. This is showing that the traction control is live and active. He's got his water temperature, coolant temperature for the engine. There's an oil light on it, fuel gauge, and you can have the trip meters working for lap times if you so desire, but mainly, particularly when you get to the northwest and the TT and the faster circuits, you're mostly looking ahead. You're just concentrating on the water temperature and your fuel warning light basically.
This is an important part of the bike, obviously. What happens if that display fails? I mean, you can still work on the revs, or will that be the race over?
Well, it's just rider, then you're down to the rider. I mean, I've known riders in the past where the clocks have fallen off bikes and just carried on. Whether this would carry on or not, because there's so much electronics on it, it'd probably cut something on the bike and stop things working. So basically, yeah, I think the race will probably be over if the clocks disappear. Yep. Okay, now we're looking at the quick shifter for the gear selection. Basically, you can hold the throttle wide open, and with this little device here, it allows you to go down through the gearbox without having to roll the throttle off. Keeps the bike far more stable and smooth going out of corners. This bike is set up for race shift, which is 1 up and 5 down. And that's the best way. Most of the top riders, that's the way you have it, race pattern. Okay, yeah, here we're looking at the front brake calipers, which are standard, the super stock bike. Exception, we run race pads. We've got the SBS, DS race pads in it, which you need for these bikes. It's so hard braking on the race circuit, it's a very good product. Front potentiometer, it gives you the readout for your suspension stroke. I first started spanning and helping out and involved around bikes in the mid-80s. And progressed through the years of different teams and riders. And then Chris approached me last year to say he was thinking of starting a Manx team up and would I be interested in coming to work for him, which it didn't take me long to think about it. You know, I've worked with Chris in the past and previous riders I'd worked for, Chris was a sponsor of them, so I was quite happy to come and join a Manx team again. And I really am enjoying it. The bikes are mine to look after solely, so it's like I've got a nice workshop to go out to work from, face that, and everything we've asked for I've got, so basically I can't grumble, although we have spent a lot of time on these bikes through the winter getting them ready to where we are now to start the season.
How do these bikes compare to, say, those in the top 10?
Every bit as good. The BMW is super stock, but I mean anybody can go out and get these. This bike will be just as good as Ian Hutchinson's bike. It's a super stock bike. What it needs, it gets to keep it competitive. You're cycling your parts through as they wear out, and it's down to maintenance after that. You know, keeping them in tip-top condition and producing the horsepower that they're supposed to.
So it's quite a big day, really. It's the first time that the motorcycles have been out competitively. How do you think they're going to perform?
I think we should be. We're there. We're almost there, really. We used yesterday as a test. We were at Jurby testing all day yesterday, and we made a few minor alterations. And by sort of midday, Jamie was very happy with both bikes. You know, very content. We made a couple of little small changes this morning, just to try a few things, basically to see does it improve it a little bit more, or do we need to go back to what we had. But touch wood, at present, everything seems to go in the right direction. So
following the practice yesterday, what would Jamie tell you, when he's got off the bike?
Basically comes in, tells you any handling issues, what the bike is doing, the attitude of the bike, how it's braking, holding line going into corners and out of corners. Initially the gearing, if the gearing is fine and we start off there, that's good, and then start to steering and suspension geometry.